Third time is the charm. Third time is the charm. I'm hoping that this works. We shall see, right? Sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear your boy? I was talking to myself for like 15 minutes. I was talking to myself for like 15 minutes, y'all. It's like people were saying stuff to me, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if they can hear me though, but I was talking to myself. Yeah, that was very interesting. I don't even know why people couldn't hear me all that time. I have no clue why that happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no clue. Don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, TY. Shout out to Chris Rowe, shout out to TY. Let's get to what I was saying. What was I saying? I said a lot. So I'm gonna have to repeat what I said. But this is what I said. I said the title of the video, will the Sixers beat the Mavericks tonight? Right? And I also said VJ Edgecombe and Jimmy Butler comparisons. That's the title of the video. And I'm going to keep it real. Let's start with the Mavericks. Let's start with the Sixers because the Sixers beat the Mavericks tonight. I will be live for the game play-by-play. I feel like we should definitely dominate the Mavericks tonight. I don't think there should be any question on why the Sixers will lose to the Mavericks. And I say that respectfully. They're hurt. Anthony Davis ain't playing. Kyrie Irving ain't playing. They have some talented players. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I like PJ Washington. I really like Daniel Gafford, their center. I like Max Christie. He's a straight up bucket. I like Klay Thompson, all-time great, one of the best shooters of all time. But I feel like the Sixers, and I didn't look at the injury report, but I feel like the Sixers are going to beat the Mavericks tonight. And I will be going live for that game. So everybody that's in the building, if you love NBA, if you like play-by-play and reaction live streams, this is the channel for you. We will be going live for a lot of Sixer games. We'll be going live for Phillies games. We will be going live for NBA playoffs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's in the building. So we should be able to beat the Mavericks. I like Cooper Flag a lot. I think Cooper Flag's a straight up dog. Well-deserved for the first overall pick. You know what I mean? He's a straight up dog, man. I love him. He's a good defender. He's a good scorer. I love the fact that he likes to rebound. I love the fact that he's a very good facilitator. I just think he has an all-around good game. So shout out to the Mavericks for, drafting Cooper Flag. But I say this respectfully. And shout out to Harrison. What's good with you? I say this respectfully. I feel like VJ Edgecombe should possibly be the rookie of the year. If the season was to end today, I'm going to edge VJ Edgecombe over Cooper Flag. And it's maybe because I'm a little bit biased because I am a Sixer fan. But at the same time, VJ Edgecombe's been absolutely terrific pretty much entire season. He had his rookie moments, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, every rookie's going to have their rookie moments, right? And VJ Edgecombe is a two-way player, and the man gets buckets, bro. The man got better handle than what people were saying. I was trying to tell people that VJ going to start. People were saying he ain't going to start. The man's been a starter since he got into the NBA. Since he got drafted, first game of the season, was he a starter? I think he was a starter the first game of the season. VJ Edgecombe was meant to be a starter. And the one thing we talk about is offense, right? We had questions about him shooting the midi, the three. We had questions. Some people had questions about his handle. But to be honest with you, VJ Edgecombe to me is underrated offensively. But the best thing about his game for me is his defense. I think VJ Edgecombe's defense is all that in the bag of chips, right? I think it's all that in the bag of chips. Now, let's talk about. Hold on, let me look at the his average real quick because I want to really say I want to talk about VJ for a second before I get into the game and the score and all that. But let me just see um the statistics this season so far. So he's averaging 15.9 in points, 5.4 in rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 42% from the field. He's shooting 37.4% from three. Now, when you look up Cooper Flag, we won't really compare this. We're gonna really compare, and like I'm not. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Hey, yeah, Cooper Flag, the rookie of the year right now. But I'm gonna be honest with you. VJ Edgecombe's right behind him, right? Cooper Flag, 6'9", 205 pounds, 19 years old. He's only going to get better. First overall pick in 2025. 19 points, 19.4 in points, 6.4 in rebounds, 4.0 in assists, shooting 48.6% from the field. And he's shooting, what's his 3-point percentage? He's shooting only 28.1% from three. But let's keep it real. VJ Edgecombe is a dog, man. He's a straight up dog, bro. Like he's shooting better percentage from three, and he's a bucket. I think it's neck and neck. It depends on what you. It depends. If you're a Mavericks fan, you most likely gonna say Cooper Flag. If you're a Sixer fan, you gonna probably say VJ Edgecombe. But it's very close. Listen. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of this season, VJ Edgecombe will be named the Rookie of the Year. Look up. Hey, Soccer, let's keep it PG. I don't know what type time you on, but like if you want to, you can skedaddle, hasta luego, adios. Christopher and Christopher, you just sound a little immature. I'm not really trying to give you no attention, but what I will do is this, like just be mature, bro. Like I'm not even trying to block you, but that's just a little kid that would say something like that. But let's get back to what I was saying earlier in the live stream. VJ Edgecombe is a two. Yo, they got a few rookies, bro. In 2025, that draft was a straight up a lot. Queen is playing amazing as well. Listen, there's a few rookies, man, that can definitely win the Rookie of the Year, but Derek Queen is pretty darn decent as well. 13.1 and 0.7 rebounds, 4 assists, shooting 50% from the field. And I like Derek Queen. I like Derek Queen a lot. Derek Queen, not a 3-point shooter, but he's a bucket. Post you up, he's a bucket, straight up. Mike Cooper is getting those numbers, bro. Yeah, he is. Cooper Flag is getting those numbers. You ain't lying. All right, now let's get back to the Sixers versus the Mavericks. In my honest opinion, I feel like the Sixers would definitely beat the Mavericks. Final score prediction. Put the final score prediction in the comments below. I got us winning 125 to 115. 125 to 115 is the final score for me. Personally, I think the Sixers are going to beat the brakes off the Mavericks. I think we're going to win this game. It might be close early on, but I feel like, and I didn't look at the injury report. Matter of fact, let me look at the injury report right now. All right. Let me see something. Sixers, because I'm pretty sure they put the injury report up already. I'm hoping Joel Embiid's playing. I knew that. I hope Joel Embiid's playing. I think Joel is playing. But if Joel Embiid is playing, Paul George and Tyrese Maxey, I feel like we should be able to this should be a dub, bro, an automatic dub. What's going on? Where do you think AD is going to be traded to? I think AD is going to be traded to. I gotta do my research on the centers. You know who you know what team will be? No. I don't know. I can see him go to the Celtics. I know that sounds crazy. I can see him going to the Celtics. Yeah, I can definitely see him going to the Celtics. Trying to think of the other teams that might need a center. In the Eastern Conference, I gotta do more research, but That's a good question. I'm gonna have to look around and see how the Western Conference looking like, and look at the Eastern Conference. But the first thing that comes to mind is the Celtics. Um, I think that'd be crazy if they can get a Davis. Mm, But the problem is Davis just needs to be healthy, bro. Like he hasn't been healthy. But let's look at the standings right now. The Philadelphia 76ers are the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference. They're 17 and 14. The fifth seed is the Magic. They're 19 and 15. The fourth seed is the Raptors. They're 20 and 15. The Celtics are the third seed. They're 20 and 12. The Knicks are the second seed. They're 23 and 10. And the Pistons are the first seed in the Eastern Conference. They are 25 and 8. Wow. The Heat are 18 and 15. The Cavs are 19 and 16. It is so crazy. The Cavs were the number one seed last season. And right now they're barely staying afloat right now. But I look at it like this. I think the Cavs are just trying to be healthy when it counts. The Cavaliers are very talented. They definitely. I love Mobley. I love DeAndre Hunter. I love Donovan Mitchell. They have some players on that team, but the biggest kryptonite for the Cavaliers last year was injuries. It wasn't talent. They just got hurt, man. They could have easily came out the Eastern Conference. I think the DeAndre Hunter pickup really put them over the top, but they just got hurt at the wrong time. All their players got hurt at the wrong time. And like I said, they just have to get to the playoffs and be healthy. And sky's the limit for the Cavs. But I feel like if the Sixers big three or big four are healthy, I'm talking about VJ Edgecombe, I'm talking about Joel Embiid, I'm talking about Paul George, and I'm talking about Tyrese Maxey, MVP Tyrese Maxey. If they're all healthy, the Sixers have an honest chance of doing damage in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Yes, I said plus. I'm not even talking about regular season anymore. We just got to get to the playoffs, and if we're healthy, anything can happen. Anthony Davis could become the Twin Towers. Nah, we don't want Anthony Davis because he's too injury. Like I like Anthony Davis, but he gets hurt way too much. How would you want? I'm gonna say this? Why would you want? As much as I love Anthony Davis, he's super talented when healthy, one of the best centers in the game. We already have Joel Embiid. He gets injured a lot, right? And I love my guy Joel Embiid. But if you was to get an Anthony Davis, it sounds good on paper. It probably is great on that dang on basketball court. The issue is what you would have to give up to get him. That's number one. And number two, the issue is once you get him, will he be healthy enough so we can make a true run? Now, I get where you coming from. You going with the Robinson, Tim Duncan back in the day, the twin. I get it, but I don't see us making a blockbuster trade like that. I see us making a small trade because I think our team is already good. I just think we need to be healthy. I would love to get another guard, a guard that can facilitate, someone that could run the second team. I'm not saying that Jared McCain can't do it, but I want a veteran. Like I'm talking about like a point guard that's kind of similar to a Chris Paul or like a Rondo or something like that. That's just my opinion. But I don't think the Sixers need to make a big move. I feel like that we have the talent. It's all about being healthy when it counts. If we're healthy, we could beat anybody. I don't care if you the Pistons, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Raptors, the Magic, the Heat, the Cavs, the Bulls, the Hawks, the Bucks. I don't care who it is, bro. We beating any of these teams. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Um, Ty, no, we don't need a third injury. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Need bench scoring. Why is McCain get 10 to 12 minutes a game? You know, I agree. And shout out to Prods. I want to see McCain get more minutes. I don't know how they're gonna like. I don't know. I don't know what Nick Nurse be doing half the time, bro. And I say that respectfully. I'm not trying to come at Nick Nurse, man. I'm just trying to win a dang on championship. And sometimes I be kind of questioning. I be kind of questioning some of his rotations. I be questioning some of the things that he be doing, but I don't know, man. I would love to see McCain play a lot more. You know who we're missing though? George, Ty, and all the Sixer fans, all the NBA fans. We're missing Kelly Oubre Jr. badly. Like, people don't understand how good Kelly Oubre Jr. was for us before he got hurt. He's one of the injured. He's an energy. He's the energy. He's one of the players that you put on the court. Yes, sometimes he might get a little bit out of control, driving to the rim sometimes. But for every one of those layups that he misses or looks out of control, he's making a diving play on the floor. He's hustling like Ace Hood, hustle hard. He's making the plays that don't show up in the box score, and he's a bucket. He can score, and he's a very good defender. And like I said, man, I'm gonna give my young bull, my little brother, a shout out, because last season he was like, "Yo, we need to go get Kelly Oubre Jr." And I said, "Yeah, that sounds good. We'll see." He was good on a bad team, but yeah, that might work out. And my boy AJ was on point. So shout out to AJ. I haven't seen him on the live. Hopefully everything is well. By the way, Happy New Year's to everybody. Angel, Happy New Year's, bro. What was going on with your mic? Oh, I don't know, bro. If I knew, bro, I would tell you. I have no clue, Praz. I have not a clue. I don't know, bro. Kelly was playing great. Yes, he was playing great. And that's another player that we haven't seen. And let me say this real quick. Remember, we were all concerned about losing Yabusele. Yabusele was very good for the Sixers, right? But let me say this real quick. Dominic Barlow. Let me say his name one more time for the people in the back. Dominic Barlow has been balling this whole entire season, bro. And I think he's a better defender. I think overall, he might be a better scorer as well. And I just think we need that defense from him. And he's been, since, like, when he's healthy, listen, he brings another element to the Sixers team, and we can challenge any of these teams in the East. I'm telling y'all, we get Kelly Oubre Jr. back. If we're all healthy for the remainder of the season, we can beat anybody in a 7-game series. I don't care, in the Eastern Conference. We can beat anybody. So it don't matter who it is. Celtics, Pistons, you name it. That's just my opinion. There's not one team that I think can beat a healthy Joel Embiid, a 2-time scoring champion, a gold medalist, a MVP. There's not one team that can beat a healthy Paul George, a good two-way player when healthy. There ain't one team that can beat possibly the rookie of the year in VJ Edgecombe. There ain't one team when healthy that can beat the MVP of this year, and that is Tyrese Maxey. That's just how I feel, bro. There's nobody in the East that can beat us, and I'm standing on all 10 toes. If we're healthy, and I hate saying that, but did y'all see last game what Joel Embiid was doing? Did you see Tyrese Maxey? Did you see VJ Edgecombe in overtime doing his thing? Ice in his veins. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Ice in his... Listen, for you to have 3 stars on your team and they say, VJ Edgecombe, you take us home, that tells you a lot. And that's where we go to the next selection, the next topic of this video, of this live stream. The question is, not really a question, VJ Edgecombe and Jimmy Butler comparisons. VJ Edgecombe being compared to Jimmy Butler. That was the comparison we had, when it comes to the draft, right? That's the high end. But it's true because he actually got game, right? VJ Edgecombe actually has game. I didn't know VJ Edgecombe was going to be like this. You know what I mean? Another comparison was Ant-Man. I think he's a combination of Ant-Man and Jimmy Butler. That's how I look at it. I know that's crazy. He's like a hybrid because listen, Jimmy Butler he had bunnies back in the day, but he ain't had bunnies like Ant-Man. And the one thing about VJ Ashcombe got them hops. That man got them bunnies. Check my page. Am I a valid hooper? You a valid hooper? Okay, bro. All right, I'm about to check you out. Yeah, VJ Ashcombe got them bunnies, bro. So it's like he's like a hybrid. Yeah, he a Jimmy Butler because he's super clutch, and Ant-Man super clutch as well. But let's talk about Jimmy Buckets. We compare him to Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Butler. When it comes to Jimmy Butler in the playoffs, he just steps his game up. When the game is on the line, he steps his game up, and that's why I'm okay with them comparing VJ Ashcombe to Jimmy Butler. Happy New Year, my guy DFJ's in the building. I know the vibes, man. And I'm gonna ask you a question, DFJ. We comparing VJ Ashcombe to Jimmy Butler, but I think he's more athletic than Jimmy Butler. So we know Ant-Man's a good defender as well. So I'm looking like I love the clutchness, the ice in the veins, just like Ant-Man's clutch. So I'm comparing. He's like a hybrid to me. He like Ant-Man and Jimmy Butler. He like a hybrid. He like both to me. I can't pick one or the other, to be honest with you, because he plays like Jimmy Butler, y'all. His defense is all that, bro. For a rookie, his defense ain't, listen, his defense is all that, bro. Like, yeah, he's a rookie. Sometimes you know what I mean? Somebody might get him. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody might get him. But for most of the time, like every game that I watch, he holds his own. As a rookie, he holds his own. So I think he's like a Jimmy Butler / Ant-Man. He's the athleticism. Jimmy Butler ain't as athletic as VJ. He's not as athletic as Ant-Man. We know Ant-Man is one of them dudes that will yamming on you. We know Ant-Man got hops. And the one thing you cannot say about VJ Edgecombe is that man don't got no hops. That man will jump. I'm surprised there ain't nobody that get dunked on all crazy this year. Did anybody get dunked on by VJ Edgecombe this year? I'm talking about a poster dunk. Did anybody get dunked on yet? Because by the end of the season, he's going to dunk on somebody. It's going to be a poster. Somebody going to get dunked on, and somebody's going to be a big name. I don't care who it is. I want it to be Jared Allen. Hey, you know how I feel, DFJ. I want him to dunk on Jared Allen. Out of all the players in the NBA, dunk on him or dunk on Rudy. Dunk on him or dunk on Rudy. Ain't nothing personal, but VJ Edgecombe will be the rookie of the year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Imagine if we had to give up that pick. Yes, I know. We wouldn't have VJ. This is the only thing that I have questions about, right? About the rotations. How are they going to fit Jared McCain in? Like, I want to see him play a lot more minutes. And it does suck in a way because, like I love VJ. I'm not taking nothing from him. But, man, Jared McCain could have been a starter. But then VJ Edgecombe came, which I think VJ's better. Listen, that's just my opinion. I like Jared McCain. But, dang, man, like, can he be what could Jared McCain be for the Sixers? Is he supposed to be a starter? Is he supposed to be someone to come off the bench? I don't know, man. I just feel like he's more of a starter than a backup, than a bench player. And there's nothing wrong about being a bench player. Some of the all-time greats are bench players like Ginobili and Lou Williams. The list goes on. But I just be feeling like he just doesn't have the rhythm. Like when he was a starter for the Sixers, he was balling, bro. We know. If you know, you know. If you're a Sixer fan, you know. When you seen Jared McCain start last season before he tore his meniscus, that man could have been the rookie of the year. Am I right or am I wrong, y'all? Am I right or am I wrong? So my whole thing is like, when it comes to Jared McCain, is Nick Nurse utilizing him enough? You know what I mean? Even if he's coming off the bench, is he getting starting minutes? So that's another thing. Like, his minutes don't seem like it's consistent enough. Like, for me. VJ got crazy. I like the comparison. Playoff VJ will be, yes, I love it, bro. Yeah, Aaron McGee. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. It's coming to arena near you. Yeah, man. But I just feel like, but all in all, we are going to beat the Mavericks tonight. I will be live for the game, play by play. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We are going live for the game, play by play style and live reaction. Um, this should be a beatdown. I'm so happy to see Joel Embiid look good. In his last game. I'm happy for him more than like any other players right now because his road to being a superstar was probably the hardest road. When you think about everything that happened, that's why he's one of my favorite players in NBA history. Because when you think about Joel Embiid, was it his brother that passed away? I think was it on draft night? I think it was on draft night, right? His brother passed away. He named his son, his firstborn son, after him. And then when he got drafted hurt, and people was like, "Oh, is he going to ever be able to play?" And he missed his first 2 seasons of his career, and then he finally plays, and he looks like like, oh my goodness, it was amazing his first game. And then he keeps getting hurt. Then he finally gets healthy, and then he gets healthy enough to play enough games to win the MVP. And it's just amazing how, like, this man, like, I really hope that he can be healthy for the rest of this season and get a championship. That's all he needs on his resume, bro. Now he needs to get this championship, bro. Once the Sixers get a championship, they can become a dynasty possibly, or win a couple more championships. Because what I want to happen, right, is like I kind of want it to be like kind of similar to like how the Spurs were. Like, even when like Tim Duncan was getting older, you know what I mean? He was still playing good. He wasn't the Tim Duncan of old of when he was younger, but he still was a good player. But then they had younger players like Leonard coming in, even though that sucks that didn't work out. Leonard didn't stay with the Spurs because of the situation. But they won those championships later in his career. Tim Duncan got 5 championships. So I kind of wanted to be with the Sixers, man. We got to get our first one because the Sixers ain't win one since 1983. But I really feel like we just got to get one. Once we get one, we go to the second, third, fourth. You just keep winning, bro. I want to be a dynasty, man. But we got to get our guy healthy. And this is the year to do it. Because I said it once, I'm going to say it again. The Eastern Conference is wide open. The Eastern Conference is wide open. Bricking for chicken. Hey, listen, people be bricking for chicken. And B have 3 MVPs, if not for Joker. You know what? You ain't lying, bro. Yeah, you might be right, bro. You might be right. But you know what we really want? We want him to get the most important MVP. We want him to get that Finals MVP. You know what I mean? That's the most important MVP right now. I don't even think he cares about that MVP anymore. Not that the one he just earned. I'm talking about like winning it right now. Like, excuse me. I don't think he cares about winning a MVP right now. Back then, yeah, he already got it on his resume. 2-time scoring champion, gold medalist. The only thing he needs on his resume is winning the finals, of course. And what make it even better is if he could be the MVP of the NBA Finals. Now, if he can be that, no one can say nothing ever again about Joel Embiid. Now, we'll go from there. And I'll go from there once he wins his first one. But I believe we can get our first one this year. I don't think the Eastern Conference is that strong, y'all. I know there's some teams that got some good players and stars, like the Pistons, the Knicks. I'm not scared of the Knicks, y'all. I'm not scared of the Knicks. I'm not scared of the Celtics. I'm not scared of the Raptors. Every team that's in front of us, bro, we can beat in a 7-game series. I don't feel like any of those teams are better than our team when we're healthy. That's just my opinion. But I'm gonna get up this live stream. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I'll be live for this game, Sixers versus Mavericks tonight. And play-by-play and live reaction. So if you haven't already, make sure you super Hawk smash that like button. Super Hawk smash that subscribe button. We are going live for not every Sixer game, but some Sixer games. And we're going live for the Phillies. I'm definitely going to turn up for the Phillies this year. It's going to be turned all the way up. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate all your support. And as always, God bless. Happy New Year to each and every one of y'all. And I will see you soon. Until next time. Peace.